Constitutional scholar Jonathan Turley, quote, Depp walks away with a far greater victory in the rejection of Heard's allegations. Another loser in this case is the ACLU, which helped write the defamatory column. This will now magnify criticism of the role of the ACLU. Here with more is law professor, Fox News contributor Jonathan Turley. I found your comments about the ACLU interesting, but also there were two things that really struck me. Number one, it was her admission that, well, I didn't punch you, but I hit you, the allegation of defecating in one's bed. And then we had this whole notion that she was complaining on one of the tapes that he would walk into another room and then another room and then another room, which indicated to me that he was trying to de-escalate. Is that a fair interpretation?
Well, not only is it a fair interpretation, it does appear to be the interpretation of the jury. This is trial turned almost exclusively on credibility, and the jury clearly did not find her very credible. In fact, they found her culpable, judging from this ruling. The key to remember is that as a public figure, and both of them were public figures, there was a higher standard, a higher burden to prove called actual malice. This jury found that not only was she saying something that was false, but she did it with malice. And he really ran the table on these counts. They found that for every one of these allegations. And so they clearly did reject her allegations. Many of us noted that she did not come across very well on the stand.
What did you think? Why do you think the other loser in the case is the ACLU? And while the jury awarded $5 million in punitive damages, it was reduced by the judge to $350,000 because the Commonwealth of Virginia, their law limits punitive damages. What are your thoughts on those two things?
Well, first of all, I've never been a fan of these caps on punitive damages. Jurors tend to give punitive damages in a very small number of cases, less than 1%. But they are there to register a jury's outrage, to say this is far beyond the pale. This is not just defamation. It's worthy of something more. And I think that states like Virginia really do a disservice by having these lower caps. I've been critical of these caps for a long time. Now, in terms of the ACLU, many people have been critical of the ACLU for years in how it's changed. It used to be an organization that was focused on free speech, due process, and this mission of protecting individual rights. It's become more and more political. It's drifted. And in this case, we found out that ACLU staffers helped write this defamatory opinion piece. And many of us were saying, well, what were you even doing in this realm? Why were you even involved? And the ACLU selected her as their spokesperson for abuse. And they just simply seem to accept her allegations and reject the claims of Depp that he was not an abuser. And of course, that was the response of Hollywood and the media. We've seen it before. Now, it's not clear that this is going to be a redemptive moment for Depp. Once tagged in that way, it's hard to be untagged. But the ACLU really does deserve really a front row seat in terms of blame. They played a critical role. They helped draft the defamatory statement. They disregarded the countervailing arguments of Depp or the possibility he might be innocent, and they elevated this person as the presumptive spokesperson for all abused spouses.
All right, Jonathan Turley, always great to have you. Thank you for being with us. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.